Is this infectious disease? That's not just
All right, so it's time to sign these sheet around or something I can sign, but it's training different signing sheet. So we're gonna get started in about 1 minute. Yes, so the sign-in sheet will go around for this particular session. All right, and I do apologize for you lovely people who just said in the budget session. You are stuck with me again for another hour. Yes. You are stuck with me for another lovely good hour. But anyway, for those of you who are new, I am Ebony Green. I am the audit supervisor for the Governor's Office of Elderly Affairs. Some of you all have got acquainted with my staff, but if not, Crystal Bob, Denise White, and Robin is probably around the some more people from the outside. So this is going to kind of touch on financial reports and what we look at when we give you guys lovely reports and routines. I know this is okay. So what do the GOEA auditors do? These lovely people who y'all talk to every day, or once a week, once a month. However, they review your monthly, quarterly, and annual financial report. They review and approve your original and revised budget. They also review your independent CPA audit report, and they conduct on-site audits. You're probably saying they do not come conduct audits, but yes, we do. Starting October, probably once you get back, you will start getting an email from your auditor requesting, well, some of y'all, not all of y'all, some of y'all are saved this year. But we are getting making the field starting October. So if you all missed this year, you may see us next year. But we are back on our on-site audit. We are fully staffed, semi-fully trained, so we will be back in the field. Oh, provide technical assistance and training. Again, got to mention it. After this session, we will remain in here, myself along with the auditor, for any one-on-one questions that is council related to your particular council. So if you have something that you want to ask directly that's pertaining to your counselor, your council, your auditor will be here to help assist you as well as myself. If after this training you're like, hey, this was cool and all, but I still need a little more time, you can reach out to your assigned program auditor. They will then, requesting some type of one-on-one assistance, then they will contact me and we will arrange a time with y'all, whether it be a Zoom or an on-site visit if you're close enough, or we just feel like driving, to come and meet with you guys and sit down with you to give any more assistance even further. So again, after this, if you feel like you need a little bit more, reach out to your auditor. You guys are given federal and state dollars. You have your Title III, which is your admin, support services, congregate meals, home delivered meals, preventive health, national caregiver, ombudsman, and Title V. You have your state funds, which is your state homemaker, state transportation, state home delivered meals, PCOA, supplemental senior center, and then you also have your local funds. Then you have my lovely people down here, your special grants, your ARP, and your STPH. ARP was given, what's it, 24, so 21, 22, 22. And it was for 3 years, like I said in the last session. They go away after this year. Yay! For us, not for y'all. And ARP is service extended. So when you're thinking about if you are still having a high amount of ARP funds left, we will get into with your financial report. Think about ways to enhance your services. You need to back out some PCOA money to throw back in some art money. We need to do that. But please also be mindful that any ARP funds that you have not spent, once the contract is over, you will have to write us a lovely check. If you really do not want it. But think about it, if you don't want it. So, kind of get your mind going, get your people going, and tools, whatever, to get these funds expended. Okay, so I can see. So I saw where this caused confusion with the budget. When you're reporting to us monthly, because we have to report it separately, we ask you guys to report your Title III expenditures and your ARP expenditures separately. I know that the lovely report that you guys seen, that you got, you probably was like, this is the same thing, minus a couple of letters. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it is the same thing, we just changed the title. So, when you're doing those reports and you're differentiating what you use for Title III and ARP, make sure that those expenditures align with that financial report. Because we won't know unless it's differentiated or your funds received is off. And we'll be like, wait a minute, which one was this? Because Title III said it and ARP said it. Okay, your quarterly reports. They are due to us after each quarter. So October, January, April, and then June 30th. There's your senior center, your supplemental senior center 1 and 2, your PCOA, and your STPH. You were originally sending your STPH to TARS. It did not necessarily come to us. TARS is on here, so I'm assuming you send that to Siobhan. If not Siobhan, to her? Okay. So that's the only one that you would send directly to us. They do something and then it comes to us. So anytime that if they don't have their SCPH, they'll be the one contacting you. All the other reports, we will be contacting you if you do or do not have them. Your annual reports, your NSIP, your inventory schedule, and your income. Don't really have an issue with the annuals, like again, for the most part, everybody's tuning in. If not, your lovely auditor will see you nice email saying, hey, you got your report, but we're missing this. So keep this in mind as the year rolls on as far as your monthly reporting and what program income supplement report that is only due to us twice. Can y'all see over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's October 15th and July 31st. That program income report is what you received in participant contributions per your. Oh,
But, so this, program income it's not supposed to be sent every.
No.
Month, every quarter?
no. October 15th and June. I mean, if you do, we don't stop. Well, so we don't really do anything.
No, apparently, we're not doing it.
I mean, it's nice to look at, you know.
Now we put it on the calendar.
Yeah, you know, like, hey, but as far as what we need the in-house
No
for,
email there,
what we need the in-house for, we only need it for the October 15th report and the end of the year report. So, yes, save the paper.
Don't kill it.
We do compare the program income report to the respective Title III report. So whatever amount that you have in contributions on for Title 3B should match what you show on a Title 3B report. That's true. Okay, some reminders. Your monthly and quarterly reports are due on the 15th of each month. Normally, your lovely auditor will send you an email as time is getting close. Hey, it's a reminder, reports are due. If a 15th falls on a lovely Saturday or Sunday, then you can send it to us by that Monday. It won't be considered late if you send it by that Monday. If, for whatever reason, like I said with your budget, yes, sir?
By the end of the day that Monday?
Yes. Normally about 2 o'clock, you know, a lot of us get ready to leave and we're like, hey,
Okay, what time your office
17,
closes?
17, hey, I'm leaving, but if I come back and it's there, you're good. But, yeah, by the end of the day, they're done.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I lost my train of thought. If for whatever reason you can't get the reports done by the 15th or the 17th, you know, it's on the weekend, send your lovely auditor an email, kind of detailing what's going on. We're trying to be a little more deadline heavy, but for like I said, with the budget training, life happens, people quit, people get sick, COVID trying to make this, you know, run back. So if something happens and you can't have it to us by that day, send an email.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll review.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm more than likely, if you tell me, hey, I need like 2 more days, I'm normally, all right, I'll give you 2 more days, but I ain't gonna give you 7 to 10, you know. I have things I have to do. I will say this, with being deadline heavy and changes and things that we're trying to get more back in the groove with, if for whatever reason we never received your report, we have reached out to you, we have contacted you, we have called you, they management will then send you a nice letter saying, if we don't get your report, we gonna hold your phone.
Absolutely.
And none of y'all don't want that either
Yes, ma'am.
of your funds being held. So if, that's why I'm stressing to you guys, if something happens, please let us know. We can maneuver around you know, sending it to us late, but just let us know what's going on.
And if you're at the office, have someone in the office call us or email us and let us know as well.
And let me say this too, because we did have an issue, well, it really wasn't an issue, but you do your day-to-day, for some reason, you forget to sign your report. And you're like, hey, I'm out of office, they're done, but they're not signed by you. That is A-OK. As long as you approve that what they say is right, your financial person can go ahead and send us that report. But you still will need to come and send the signed copy once you make it back. Okay? We don't do the mail anymore, so they trying to can suffice. You say, hey, we got them done, they don't send them to me, I'm like, no, we sign them, whatever that works too. So don't sweat if you forget, my child got sick, whatever, I'm not there, but they're done, your finance person can go ahead and send it to us. Again, signed copies may be emailed or faxed. With us moving into the new building, the finance, the finance fax machine is in an office. So if your auditor says, hey, I don't have it, and you say, hey, I faxed it, that's why they don't have it, because the fax machine is in an office. So they would have to then go to that person's office to check and see if the fax came through. A way to combat that, contact your auditor if you're faxing it and saying, hey, I just faxed, my financial report's over, so then that they know to go and check. In the old business, was able to go, it was easily accessible, it's not anymore. So don't get mad at your auditor, she emails you, and you like, well, I faxed it 2 days ago. Well, she didn't know. So, and that's why. Please put accurate information on your financial report. We look at that, because we look at your cash on hand. If you have cash on hand, which we don't want you to have at the end, because you should be spending the money as you get it. But if you are reporting accurate information, then maybe us along with HCPS can help you find ways on how to make sure that you are spending your money. We give a little leeway with July and August, even September, because contracts and payments and everything is all crazy. But by October, everything should be back on. Negative fund balances are not recommended except at June 30th if the agency has a cash balance. The reason why I'm stressing cash on hand is because we're kind of running into issues where money is not being spent. We don't want money back. So we'd rather not give it to you than make them give it back to us. So making sure that you're accurate with how you spend so that you won't be cash. Now don't look, we gonna know you're not. But again too, if you're saying, hey, I'm having trouble spending money here, you can ask us, you can ask a neighboring parish. Sometimes you could get an idea from another parish on what they're doing, that it could work, it could not work, but you at least you asked about it. So be mindful of your cash on hand amount.
I have a question. This is like related to our husband. So with COVID, their travel has reduced. They will potentially spend it, but they're not spending as much travel when COVID outbreaks happen. So do you all just, so that may cause a cash on hand. So as long as we notify you of what the situation might be, we don't want to get cash managed, but we have a reason for it being that.
So that would be something you would contact Rosa about and just let her know, and then she'll let, because Rosa handles reimbursement altogether. We just key it in for management to review. But if that was to happen, then an email would suffice, saying this is what's going on. Participant contribution may be carried forward. However, a request must be submitted and approved by GOEA by June 30th. Haven't had those in a while, but just for whatever reason you wasn't able to spend your participant contribution money, you want to be able to move it over. There is a form. If you need the form, please shoot an email to one of your auditors and we'll get that to you for the request to carry those over. NSIP program may be carried forward for a period of 1 fiscal year, not to exceed the contract amount for that current fiscal year. So your contract is 25,000, you can't carry over 35,000 from the previous fiscal year. Program income can come from participant contributions, selling meals, generated revenues. That's about the explanatory. Positive cash on hand balances at June 30th may result in funds being returned. So again, it's very important that you make sure that whatever money that you are given that you spend. Composition of your costs, salaries, operating costs, travel, operating supplies, capital outlay. Those are direct, indirect, or it should, but other. Indirect is benefiting more than one program. So direct hits the program, indirect benefits more than one. Priority services, category B access. This is important because you can also be subject to returning funds if you don't meet your priority service requirements as well. So keep that in mind when you're doing your budgeting, um, getting your services together that you are making sure you hit those priority services, um, services. Same with income. The only thing that's different now is you don't have that legal requirement anymore because that is being serviced through your yeah. Same thing with 3E. If you don't hit those requirements, the required amount, which is greater than or equal to 40%, you will be required to return funds back based off of that as well. If you are unable to meet the minimum or maximum percentage requirements, a waiver must be received from the home and community based, which is HCBS, prior to the end of the fiscal year. So if you falling short, contact HCBS. They'll do whatever they need to do. If a waiver was given, we would be informed. If not, failure to meet those, like I said, will be resulted in returning those funds back to us at the end of the fiscal year. Dates to remember, calendar reports are due at the 15th of each month. Quarterly reports are due on the 16th of the following month of each quarter. October, January, April. Final reports are due June 31st. Program income reports are due on the 15th and July 31st. You don't have to send them to me every month anymore. CPA audit reports are due December 31st. I want to make a note, the CPA audit reports. We do not grant extensions if your CPA audit report is not completed by December 31st. That has to go through legislative audit. So if you email your auditor, your program auditor, asking for an extension, they will reply back to you and let you know that you have to contact legislative auditor. Once you get the approval from them, you will then forward their approval to us for us to document in-house. Yes, ma'am.
I asked you to make a point for those triple A's that are multi triple A's, that the council needs to get their reports to them by the 10th of each month.
Okay,
COAs and stuff.
that is something, that's kind of a thing. If you are a COA that's under a multi, um, because you don't have to report to us to the 15th, doesn't mean that your triple A doesn't want their reports prior to that, because they also have to have reports to us by the 15th. So, with that being said, you know, kind of a work off for everybody. I can't make them do it because technically for our requirements it's the 15th. But if you are under a multi, if you're under capital sin law or Cajun, keep in mind that the same reports that they require from you, you require from them as well. So keep that in mind when you're getting your month end reports together. Because they can be considered late as well if they don't have it to us by the 15th. And they want to present to us accurate information as well.
Because our information has to include
Their
your
information.
information, that's the only reason.
Yes. Okay, so y'all probably saying, oh, you didn't put no financial report up here. Y'all done seen them already. But one of the things I want to touch on is when payments are dispersed. We hate the new system just like y'all hate the new system. Okay? We hate 1,000%. I will say this. If the auditors respond and say that they don't have it, it's because they don't. I wanted to announce this in the training. I thought I sent an email out. I was gonna do another one, but I was like, I'm gonna wait for the conference and say it to you guys in your face. We can say that we will give you breakdown as the payments go out. That's a best case scenario that it could happen like that. But it don't always happen like that. So a little patience with us. We would, if we don't get them out by the first time a payment go out, they will go out after once all payments have been made. Because letting you guys in, with the old system, payments went out, you guys were able to go in and see what went to what. Now they receive a big old deposit with nowhere to go. We then have to pull that information, manipulate it into a file I hate that word. Use a pivot table to put into a file that's feasible for y'all to understand what went to what. And sometimes it may be, oh, what's this pass-through amount? That was never there at first. Well, I had to figure out what that pass-through word even meant, because I had no clue. So, it's getting the file to where you understand what is what and what was allocated to what. That doesn't come from nobody in this room. So, that's why I'm saying a little patient with that. Sometimes they'll pull it and just go ahead and send it, but sometimes they like, hey, we got this going, this going, this going. So at the end of the month, I'll run it and give it to you then. The most that we can do is verify within the four of us is what it is. So we can go on that vendor site, just like some people have access to. If it say SCPH, I can say, hey, it's SCPH. If it was NSIP, hey, that was NSIP. If it was Title III, hey, that was Title III. Most of your Title III payments are kind of what and what anyway. If you're just too tired of waiting on us, you have a basis of what it could be. Same with PCOA, your quarterly amounts. Those are pretty much what and what. Maybe like $1 or $2 here and there. You can kind of play around with it until you get the confirmation from us. Again, we know that sometimes we know when payments have been made. But as far as giving you the information, that comes from a level above us. So your auditors are not being mean or holding information. They just don't know the information. So again, I want to say to everybody, if we get it to y'all when it first comes, just know that everything went smooth. The building wasn't on fire. We have a random fire drill, random phone call, none of that. But if you don't get it right when it happens, probably about towards the end of the month, hey, all right, we got the repayment. What are they? And then we will be working on getting it out. Are we clear with that? Again, we hate this new system just as much as y'all do. We want y'all to know where y'all money going just as much as y'all want to know where y'all money going. So that's one thing I really want to cover. Do anybody have any questions?
If y'all receive another amount from a different agency, if those deposits are coming in, sometimes they merge the deposits together.
That's
And
true.
it is hard for us to figure out what is what if we don't have that information. So sometimes y'all like, where did I get this money from? It's like, well, this is the amount we have. You know, well, where's the rest of it? I don't
Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
That final report that we have to give our auditors that shows how much money.
Okay, that report, the only thing that I can say about the contract status report is that it's being worked on. If you need a date, I don't know, that's the only thing I can tell you about that report, that it's being worked on. So,
Just our CPA people.
yeah, it's being worked on. I don't know what else, I don't know what else to say, you know, but they said it's a bug, it's a bug. So, even though it probably don't work for them, but that's the only thing that I can do. But yeah, that's being worked on. And I do apologize for that, delay in that. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I'm back on the art thing. Just real quick, on these financial, the separate stuff, not the financial statements, but the ones we send you, the financial, the Excel sheet with all the
Yes,
stuff on it. Now for art, you said you want that cumulative.
yes.
So when, we get the independent CPA audit, what they're only auditing are the actual funds received that year, correct?
Mhm.
We do not, they're never gonna match what we're showing on yours because it's cumulative 3 years. Is that
So
correct?
that'll be something that you would indicate in your notes.
Right, have notes for it. I'm just saying, wait, we know that they're never gonna match,
It
okay?
could be a suggestion that one of my COA actually made a call and said 2022, 2023, and 2024, and that way they have all of them. It's consolidated for us, and that way it makes sense for your CPA audit.
Okay, that's a
And
good
you can
idea.
hide those other columns.
Yeah, okay. That's good,
Is
good.
that your question?
Yeah, that was it, that was mine.
Any other questions?
How mine put mine in unexpended funds or something, and so I get to decide on or unexpended revenues or whatever. For last year, there was some that wasn't spent, so that's where it put it. Anyway, I got a system.
Well, since we have about 20 minutes left, nobody has any financial report questions. For those who were still in here from the budget training, if you guys have any questions from that. I know we didn't cover COAs. Do we have any COAs in here? Okay. I'll touch on y'all real quick. I do apologize, we ran over time, with that. With COAs, your budget to us is only, what, 3 pages? 4, your front page, board resolution, the. Yes, But that's only because they only get PCOA and senior center money from us. So we only report based off of what we give them. So, and then that budget summary page. With the COA, the main thing that, we have in conflict with, please keep in communication with your AAAs as far as what you're contracting with them to get for the year. Whatever, if you're under SIN law, whatever SIN law says they gave you, you have to make sure that you report that on that column on your pulling page. And those things have to match. If they don't, then we're gonna come to you, the COA, because we're going off of what your AAA says. So if your AAA is, if you're saying AAA is wrong, there's kind of a little talk between y'all to get on one accord with us. But your front page is still the same. Your totals, no, the front page. They use totals. So that total of cost per program will be the same thing for y'all. Whatever total cost of your 3 week stuff, you will put that on their front page. And we will compare that to your pooling page as well. On that total cost. Your contact amount, make sure that when regarding PCOA money matches what you put on that pooling page as well. Because y'all budget is so short, the review of y'all is so short. So outside from your money from us, your contracted amounts for your triple A, we also compare your two totals on that pooling page and that summary page. So make sure that those are matching as well. The same thing with y'all for that front page and that lovely date in that corner. That has to match too. Your board resolution. Now, what you report as far as your expenditures budget wise to your AAA, we have no control over that. That's between you and your AAA because they contract those dollars to y'all. From us, for a PCOA stamp or from the state standpoint, because we only give y'all that amount of money, which is why we only require that small budget from you guys. Because that money is not enough for y'all to run with just what we give you. Same with your financial reports. Please make sure that whatever you're transferring from PCOA and senior center matches what you're actually doing because your transfers reflect their financial report. So if your transfers are off, it'll make their financial reports off. So please keep that in mind as well. And do you guys who are COAs have any questions regarding your budget? But I cover everything that you need to cover. If not,
I do have one more question. Budget revisions, I know you gave, a date for budget revisions, but if something, extraordinary happens where there's a big change in budget, can it be submitted, before
Yes.
that date?
so it'll be an email to your auditor, which comes through me. Like I said, I normally approve extensions because I understand life and everything or whatever can happen. So as long as we know, if we're in communication, like I said, my auditors help me, help you, help me, help you. So if we need to do something that one of them know, they'll let me know, and we can go from there. We will be here till 5. Me as well as the auditors. If you guys have any one-on-one that you need or council related to your council questions, we'll be in this room till 5. 4:45 to be honest with you. But as long as y'all ain't here, we'll be here till 5. And if not, this concludes the financial report.
Yeah, that's kind of where we wound up, but we got to look at 3 different things leading up to that. Yeah. Yeah, I think finally we just said, okay, this is why, this is this way, just do it. That's what we're doing.
Okay.